Okay, so this is the English guy in Mexico, last day of September. This is the October update, and this is part 2 because we're now walking up into section 3. As we go, you'll see that the further we get away from the buildings, the worse the soil becomes. Now, this is not the fault of the animals that have been in here. In fact, this is a lot better than it was before because this was just weeds. You'll notice what I'm doing is any branches, twigs, palm leaves, I put them on the floor because what happens here, we're now about a foot higher than where we started, and when you get rain here in northern Mexico on the edge of the desert, the rain pounds the soil, smashes it, and then it all runs down this hill and strips your higher ground. So what we do is we take branches off the small shrubs. This was a cypress that was growing right up against the building, an evergreen, and we place these here, and what theoretically happens now, these act to stop the water and the manure running away down the hill. It is working, but it's slow. The trouble is it doesn't look very good to everybody else, but I've been doing this for, well, 3 years I've been here, but 2 years I've been trying to resurrect the land. So the animals are out of here because, as I say, we've got 1 month of rain left and then we're going into the dry season, and I need at least 1 month of complete rest. So what I've done is I've just started putting new fencing in. For anybody that's watched any of my videos, I've fenced all of this area down to the road. I don't know if you can see the trucks coming down the road. So that whole 2 acres is now all fenced in. I do everything on my own. I pull all these fence posts and I hook everything up. It's not perfect, but it works. So what I've done since I came back from Belize, I've just been on holiday with Miriam. The last 3 weeks I've decided I need to get the animals out of that section. They're doing a cracking job on the car park. They've cleaned all my car park. This is a 1 acre car park. There's about a ½ acre here. This is 100 meters long down to the road, and then it's 100 meters back along the road. So they've cleaned all this for me. They sleep here at night. Don't ask me why. They've actually got a house. They never use it. There's all straw and everything in there. They like to be outside, which it's up to them really. So this is the new area. This is my new puppy as well, Belgian Malinois. She has just figured out that she's supposed to live with the animals. So this is I've only had her a month. Miriam bought Lizzie for me, but she's actually just figured she's supposed to live with the animals. That is why she's sat here, because the animals went in the new field, so she's sat here waiting for them to come out. I'm going to talk about this concrete later on. This is another project. So this is section 3, brand new doorway, cut out of the wall. Up we go into the cactus forest. This is all residue of stuff that's been cleared out of that garden over the years. 50 odd years there's been people living here, and they basically just throw stuff over the wall. So the stuff regrows in this field. So my job has been to start clearing out all the cactus. In fact, if you look down, they're actually eating the cactus. There's all the animals actually eating cactus. Humans can eat it, of course. So what I do is I trim it down to roughly chest height, and then that will regrow very, very quickly. I cut that one yesterday, and that will grow back that will be covered in brand new palm-sized pieces of cactus, which are edible for both animals and humans. That will be back to normal size within 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Cactus grows incredibly quick here. In fact, what happens is, I've been working here this morning, as you can see, barrowing it out into the fields. Is it gets out of control. It goes way, way above your head, so nothing can ever eat it apart from birds that will steal the fruit. Well, humans can eat the fruit as well, so the theory is if you keep cutting it down to where you can manage it, a machete is the preferred tool, you can actually live on cactus. I'm not sure I want to try it, but at least if the world ever collapses, I've got loads and loads of cactus here. Now, I've only got 2 minutes left, but now this is the problem. The further you walk away from the buildings, I have just fenced in this whole area. It took me 3 weeks to fence it, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. There is fencing all the way around that I've pulled myself, because unfortunately my locals here, you can see all the houses in the distance, seem to think that the wood on the trees is theirs. They come with a machete and steal the wood for the fires, and they take all the cactus as well, because they actually eat quite a lot of cactus here, the Mexicans. So the fence is up to keep the neighbours out, but also to keep the animals in. So there's 150 metres, sorry, there's 100 metres of fencing on that section, and then on the tree line, which is my line, there is 150 metres of fencing on that side, and then on that section there's another 100 metres. So that's what I've been doing for 3 weeks, is pulling fencing every single day on my own, hammering posts, trying to use the natural landscape, trees, shrubs, cactus even. I hang it on until I can straighten it out. The animals have now been in here for 1 week and they are loving it. In fact, they're all mating again. I don't know if you could hear that noise. That's the mating calls. They have decided. It looks like I'm going to have another 4 babies. I got 3 babies last year, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get 4 this year. So I've got 11 at the moment. I should end up with 15 by the other side of Christmas. So they've got about, quick estimate, they've got about 3 months of stuff in here to eat. Meanwhile, I've been taking all the cactus out by hand on a, in a wheelbarrow. Half of the cactus I use to hold the fencing down, because the weak point is not your fence posts, it's the middles, because that's where your animals try and come under the middle.